Hey everyone, so today I'm going to share with you how fractional sharing works with M1 Finance. Now, if you're somebody who just started investing on M1 Finance, or maybe somebody who's interested in investing with M1 Finance, I'm going to share with you how this actually works out so that way you can have a better understanding. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to jump into my portfolio to get started. All right, so here we are on my M1 Finance portfolio. Now, I actually do share my investing journey with my channel, so if you're interested, you can always go through and watch my journey on investing. But today we're going to be just talking about fractional shares. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at how my purchases are broken down with every single trade. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the last time that we actually bought into these actual different funds. So back on October 29th, we actually bought into 22 different funds with $20, which is not a lot to invest with, but that's what's the beauty of investing with M1. Because you can start with smaller amounts, you can have a huge impact over time if you just stay consistent. It's really hard if you want to buy a share of, let's say, Amazon that's selling for, a couple $1,000 versus only having $20 to put into your actual account. So with M1 Finance, the way this is going to work, it's going to break down to be able to buy into small sections of your individual companies that you want to actually own. So for example, if we go back into this $20.42 here, you're going to see that this is broken down quite a bit. And the first one here at the top is going to be Home Depot. 28 cents got purchased into Home Depot, which is obviously not a lot, especially at the share price that they sell for. So they normally go for $236.73 when I made this purchase. So for me, having that 28 cents bought me 0.00118 of a share. So that is a very, very, very tiny amount. But what it's doing is it's building up on top of the shares I already own and plan to own in the future. Like I mentioned, $20 is not a lot, so it's not going to have a huge impact. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at another company that I bought into recently that actually has a bigger impact on how much I'm actually buying into because of the sheer volume that I actually have. So if we go into this trade day, I actually bought into 3 shares of companies with only the $20. So for here, I bought McCormick over here on November 4th at the trade price of $160.89. So when $6.98 went into this company, I actually was able to buy 0.04338 of a share, which is about 4% of one share. And again, that adds into the shares I already own of the company, and it builds up to be able to have one full share. Now, in case you're wondering, well, what happens if I actually get paid out dividends? The great thing is you actually get paid out the fraction portions of those dividends. I'm going to show you that here in just one second. But before I do, if you're getting value out of this video, make sure you hit that like button down below so I can continue to produce content just like this for you guys. And then if this is something you're actually really interested in getting started with as far as an investing platform, I'm going to have my link to M1 Finance in the show notes down below. That's going to help you get started with the free trading platform and the fractional shares like this here today. So if I've given you value today, make sure you check out that link in the show notes again, so that way you can get started with your investing journey. So let's go ahead and show you guys the dividends and how this works out as well. So I own AT&T. So here on November 1st, I actually got paid out 29 cents on the dividend for AT&T. Now, I don't even actually own a full share of AT&T, especially at the time when they were paying out this dividend. So that way I actually still got a portion of what my actual shares were worth into a dividend. So to break this down super easy in case it got lost there for a second, let's go ahead and say a company pays you out a dividend of $1 per quarter, right? And let's say you have half of a share of one company. So this company that pays out the dollar per quarter, you only own half of one share. So what's going to happen is instead of getting paid out that dollar, you're going to get paid out 50 cents because you own half of the share, so you get half of the dividend. Now, M1 Finance, of course, breaks this down in all the different increments depending on how much of the shares you have versus how much they get paid out in the actual dividends. So if I go into my holdings here, I'm going to actually show you here in my shares category, you can see that like for AT&T, I actually own 0.94 of a share, so almost one full share. NRZ here, I actually own 2.196 of a share. And then if you continue going on like Disney, I have 0.20. So what that does is that gives me the opportunity to buy in the companies that I believe in and that I think are going to do well long term, pay me out the dividends, and continue to grow in value without having to buy into the full share. Because it's really hard if I had to pay $133 into Disney, if I had to pay $70 into Realty Income, maybe $126 into Microsoft, like that would have been really tough to do at that time versus me being able to put in small increments every single week, every single month to be able to actually grow the shares that I have in that given company. So that's the benefit of having fractional shares with M1 Finance, as well as getting paid out in fractional dividends, because you're now going to be earning those fractional dividends because you already started investing in these companies, even if it's small amounts. Now, if you want to keep on learning more with M1 Finance tutorials, check out my videos right over here, where I'm going to teach you how to create pies within pies and other great features that M1 Finance has. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.